Greetings, Castle. This is Coming Judgment, your tribe lead. This is just a quick update on a few things that we have going on, kind of important. The first of which is the Spiked Barbarians. The Spiked Barbarians, okay? We're having a problem here that we need to... Let's go ahead and get out of this and go to the forums. That we need to address. Okay, so Dan's the man. Thanks for pointing it out. I think he took quite of a hit multiple times. So thanks for letting us know. But I think we can come to the conclusion that Ghost and Co. or whoever is spiking these barbarian villages. To keep us from taking these villages, so that they can B, go ahead and take them, and then possibly C, to directly hurt our forces. I would say they're just getting ready to come in. I don't see why they would just spike them for the heck of it. They're probably getting ready to launch in. So what can we do as a strategy? We need to have scouts. We need to have more than normal scouts. I was talking to Amazing the other day, and he lost like 1,000 scouts on a village, and so he had no eyes, whatsoever on that village. And he claimed it, it just got fortified. He had no idea what was there either. And so we need to have eyes on these targets. If we are nobling, we can't go in blind. If there's D there, we need to know how much, because if it's being fortified by these bigger players, it might not be worth taking some of these villages. And matter of fact, it might cost us too much if we do not have eyes on the target. So I suggest having a village for scouts only, or whatever. We're talking about having like thousands of scouts. Like let's each person, let's make sure we have at least, let's start building our scouts up. Okay, more than you normally would. And I think that we'll be able to combat that strategy. And that goes into the point strategy as well. So the point strategy is that we stay out of the point range of a lot of attacks, just because we're going to use the point system to our advantage. So if we go here to the tribe ranks, we see that we are like, there's a big gap between number 7 and number 8. So we're like, we've grown very well, but we're still like out of the point range. So like, look, these point range guys, they're way higher than we are. And so you can see we're basically safe for a long time. Now we do have members. We do have members that obviously, we got our hot shots up here. Amazing, Snorfy, Rock Frog, Bolero, and then Kincha is up there too. And they can still, obviously they can be attacked, but for the most part, all of us are safe. So we're kind of a unique tribe to where we are a top ranked tribe, but we can't really be attacked very much by the other top ranked tribes. We're going to use that for our advantage for as long as we can. We're going to continually use it to our advantage, and we're going to strategize and build ourselves through that advantage. Not too long ago, I made a post that said about, basically the theme of it was keep your points low, something like that. And what we want to do is we want to noble as much as we can, because once we have these villages, we cannot be attacked. That is our number one way to stop anyone from coming into our territory. And so here's our territory here. And we can see that we've got this natural line in our forces. And I'm telling you, this strategy here, we all need to be on the same page, because this is the strategy right now. Is we're going to stop Ghost and Co. We call them Ghost and Co. because obviously Ghost is number one, I believe, in our on our continent tribe. Yes. But they were number one in the world for a long time. They're not now. But we call them Ghosts because they were number one. That's why we talk about them so much. But we're going to stop Ghost and Co. from coming into our territory. How do we do that? Do we do that with troops? Do we do that with all of our resources? No, we do not do it that way. We do it by taking all these barbarian villages, and by doing that and having all the villages, we stop them. Why? Because they can't attack us. Our point value is lower than theirs. We need to use that to our advantage. So, noble as many villages as you can. Use those villages to noble more villages. Keep your villages points as low as you can, while still generating a flow to where you can continue to noble villages. But we're gonna use this point thing as a strategy to keep them out. So we're gonna continue to get all these. I'd say probably in about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. All these barbarian villages, like everything north of where that square is going to be gone. It's no longer going to be barbarian. So we need to get those first, all in here, all that stuff, and then we're going to move towards the outside. We're going to move this way, and so this is all of our territory in here, and we are going to protect the territory not by our massive amount of troops, but by our little points. That's how we're going to do it. You got to think, guys, we got about a year before the point system changes. Okay, so that's our strategy right now. Low points, high villages, as much as you can, and we're doing a good job with that. Absolutely, 100%. Let me see here. Let's go to tribes. What else we got next? So that's growth. Let's talk about our the groups. So I made groups with the point system in mind, so we could coordinate. Our attacks with members of similar point value. See, the thing is, we don't really need to coordinate attacks very much right now, because what we need to do right now is take these barbarian villages. That's what we need to do. We don't need to be wasting time and effort and resources losing troops. Our troops need to be farming, and everything needs to be going to these barbarian villages. Losing your flow, losing your farming troops over a 5K village or a 7K village. You gotta just one village. You gotta ask yourself, is that really worth it when you could have had 3 or 4 villages instead of that one? No, it's not, because you're gonna have that village up to that same size, and within the time frame that we're talking about. We got a whole year, and so we really don't need to be coordinating too much. I'm not saying we can't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we need to stay focused on the strategy of getting as many villages as we possibly can. Okay, so that's what groups was kind of about, and so our need for it has definitely, we never really used it very much. I definitely put a lot of thought into it, but it doesn't really matter. So there's a couple things that we can do. First thing we could do is just get rid of it. Just not even have it. Okay. The second thing we could do is change the structure of it. So we have it structured right now to where I put you guys in these groups, and I'm having to update these based on how everyone grows, and it's really annoying, and it's not working because we're not using it. So I was thinking that we definitely need to change. I was thinking about changing it to a point system. And you see over here, I've got like, okay, we go back to our members here. I have to do it this way. Members. And, we've got 25 members. And if let's just do it by points, 0 to 15, that puts, like 5 members in there. And then if you continue to go up the scale, you're looking at like 7 different groups for these point values. So dividing it like by 15K is not a very good idea because I don't want to have that many groups. But I was thinking about dividing it by like the top 8 and then 9 through 18 and then 19 through 25. Something like that. 3 groups, and then whatever your group you're in, it's going to be automatic because it's going to be based on your rank. And then basically we'll develop a little coordination within those different groups in terms of if we have to deal with players. So that's dealing with different players like attacks and stuff like that. But like I said, we're not, and so I'm probably going to go ahead and do that, implement it that way. I'll do a poll just for fun. See what we want. But we're not really using it that much, at least right now. But the main thing that we need to coordinate with is our nobles. So let's talk about noble etiquette. A few instances have come up that we just need to just be more on board with. So like, for example, people coming into someone else's territory. First thing, though, we need to understand that, like I was saying earlier, if we go look at our map here, this is our territory, okay? We're all in the same kind of area. So, in terms of, like, someone coming into your territory and asking for permission and stuff like that, like, I can understand, but at the same time, we need to understand that we need to take these villages as quickly as possible. So, if you're not, if someone comes in and gets a village, send them a message or something, or make sure you're doing the noble claim system so someone can see if you're coming into their territory and taking a village or whatever. And then, if you get a problem with that, message that player, okay? Like, speak to them directly. For the most part, you guys should be able to work it out between yourselves. I don't want to have to get involved between, some players and you guys can't figure out, your noble stuff. You guys should be able to do that. But if something happens, I'm always here. And we have a couple other members here that are able to facilitate, if something does happen. So, don't feel bad about that. But the main thing here, again, is not like I understand. Like, there was a 7K right here, and Amazon Amazing claimed it for a long time, and it's right here, right by my other villages, and he didn't know it for a long time. And I messaged, and then someone else gets the claim on it. And now, Metech has got the claim on it. And I was, I messaged Amazing. I was like, hey, what's the deal with that village? If you're not going to take it, you're taking a long time, Amazing. But basically, that turned into a spiked barbarian village. So, Metex, if you're listening, I hope you understand that you have claimed a spiked barbarian, buddy. But my point is, this 7K village is not that more valuable than this one right here. Actually, that's a pretty good village right there. It's not. Each one of these villages is almost as equally as valuable because they all represent territory. Each village that we actually, they even may be even more valuable, because if you're spending like a week taking this one out and getting him or whatever, then you just lost this one, and this one, because you spent too much time taking that one. Multiple villages are right now way more valuable than just one village. And so, like, another example, like I was getting, I had a player help me get this village right here, Givenetti, however you pronounce your name. You know, we've been working together. He's a real good active member, and he was helping me get this village, but someone had already been noble in it, and when he sent his noble, he ended up getting it. But I didn't care, because someone from our tribe got the village. See, that's the main thing, because when what happens is, if we don't get it, then one of these ghost guys, like look at Moon Lobster, 102,000, 18 villages. Like, he is just wanting to eat up all these villages before we can. And so my point is, I know we all want to get our villages. We all want to get the villages that are already built up. But the main thing right now is our strategy of keeping of getting our territory, not through troops, but through less points. Our strategy is by using less points than our enemy and quickly taking these villages. And so just keep that in mind, guys, when you're nobling, when you're making plans. Look at all these villages out here. We're going to have plenty of villages to get for a little bit. Now, if someone could tell me how much more this is going to expand, I would appreciate that. Just so we could. I need to know how much more, how much bigger this is going to get. Okay, so noble etiquette. Use the planner. We're probably going to shorten the days, like how long you've got to get the villages. Right now it's currently set to 5. I'm going to talk to Rock Frog and maybe the council and see if we can change that, just so we can. I don't want to get into any situations to where someone's putting a claim on a village, and because they first saw this thing go barb and they wanted to get it, but they're not really in the best position to get it. It may take them 5 days to get it, and is that within the time frame for the planner? Yeah, but is that within the time frame for someone else, like another tribe, to not get it? No, it's not. It's taken too long. And so our main thing here is that we get on board as a tribe, and that we respect each other, but we need to respect the tribe as well. And we need to understand that we're not the only ones trying to get these villages, guys. Like, I know we got this area pretty fortified, but they're already spiking barbarians. They're already growing in. We have a few players that are already within our ranks in terms of right next to us. So we need to work together as a tribe when we're doing these noble claims. I'm trying to think of anything else we got going on with the. In terms of, if you have a problem with some, we do have a problem right now with some supporting members taking some villages or claiming some villages that they're not ready to claim yet. If you got a problem with that, you can just go into the tribe chat and say something, and we will get that fixed. Okay, let's talk about the supporting tribe. I know not everyone knows what the supporting tribe is. Basically, I've only kept the information with the council up until this point, but now is a good time to go ahead and let everyone in on what a supporting tribe is, because it's a little different than a typical brother or sister or academy or what have you tribe. It's not designed in those ways. It has to be a tribe, for the organization part, but at the same time, it's not like it's its own tribe. It's its own tribe in name only, but it is run and owned by Castle. Right now, Kala is running the tribe, and we'll probably have a rotating member of Castle leading and facilitating the supporting tribe. But basically, what it is it's a place where we can have supporting players. And so, what are supporting players? Supporting players are players that are assigned to players in our tribe, and they offer their assistance in any ways that our member needs it. So basically, they become squad members in a squad where the leader is a player from our tribe. And so, ideally, I would like for each member of Castle to be a squad leader, and have a few supporting players under their command. This is no one has to do this, but this is what I think would be a good strategy for this world. I'm not sure if it's been done before like this exactly, but that's where it is. And so, are they their own tribe? Technically, yes. In actuality, no. They are not. They're supporting players of Castle, and they're anonymous. It's covert. We do not make this information public. We're going to try to keep it that way, and so other tribes will not realize that we have these players working with us and supporting us. So that's kind of what supporting tribes is. I hope I cleared that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and welcome our new players. You Can't Me. Welcome. Dan's the Man. Welcome. We got Kami. Welcome. Did a great job with the supporting job. I appreciate your efforts there. And then we got Joe Her. I think that's how you say it. If I mispronounce that, let me know how it's pronounced. But yeah. All right, guys, we're doing great. Keep up the good work.